Sam Jackson with 2 eyeballs.
Yeah, you don't even need de-aging tech. All you need is a wig for him. I feel like Sam Jackson's been like the same forever.
No, I could see some of the de-aging here. It looks great.
I'm sure they did it.
It looks really, really good, though. I mean, that looks like a natural young photo still of Sam Jackson 20 years ago, so that does look great. Hey, he's got an injury there.
Yeah, from
into a heap of trouble. See?
From doing paperwork at S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, it says here is a desk jockey who hasn't yet met any superheroes.
He wants to real bad, though. He's trying to find them. That's why. He's going to crash his train by the end of the movie. It's going to be great.
Hey, boss. How you doing? Nick here.
It's funny. I brought that coffee for you.
I don't want the confident, in control. I want the guy who's like delivering mail around the office at S.H.I.E.L.D.
We're going to see the new origin of how he lost his eye, and truthfully, it's just going to somebody threw hot coffee.
Yeah.
This isn't what I ordered. Get out of here, Fury.
What's happening, Reject Nation? I'm Greg Alba.
Jonald.
We are the women who are leading this female empowerment movement in superhero cinema today. EW has released their exclusive first look at Captain Mar-Vell. Excuse me if I'm a little low on energy. I'm a little bit under the weather. But with that in mind, I wanted to give a Patron of the Day shout out to a man named David Gallagher. It's C-H-E-R. Weird.
Gallagher.
But he's a good-looking guy, this gentleman. He's a fairly new patron. He is from Scotland.
Scotland.
He's studying to be a pharmacist. He said his passion is
drugs.
to help out people, give them some drugs. I wish I lived in Scotland because I could buy so many prescriptions from you.
Oh yeah, I would focus all the time.
The doctors knowing
all that Adderall.
The Adderall, then the Vicodin to go to sleep at night.
Extra
Daniel,
Viagras.
I'm telling you, buddy, if you can just move your profession to the States, you get yourself a #1 customer right now. I would say don't pledge to Patreon anymore. If anything, just give us a bunch of meds. Just give us a bunch of medication.
Some we can turn over for a profit, you know what I'm saying?
Because we believe in wholesale. Daniel, I'm glad you're here, buddy. Rarely meet someone all the way from Scotland, so it's nice to know you exist. I hope you're excited for Captain Mar-Vell because you seem like one happy male woman. So let's move on to these photos, shall we? People have been asking. All right, I'm gonna make a disclaimer. We don't really know too much about Captain Mar-Vell. Did a bunch of research yesterday because I heard this was coming out.
I was Captain Mar-Vell for Halloween in 4th grade.
That was a terrible costume. So I just want to say that, you know, if there's something we don't know, feel free to educate us in the comment boxes. And I know this is YouTube, so you guys will do it with the utmost respect because we're asking sincerely and kindly to just let us know some more information so we can be educated. I know in no way will there be any hate coming our way for not knowing a piece of information that you would like us to have already known prior to doing this video.
Thanks for waiting until this portion before commenting.
I've just loaded the site. I have seen one image already prior to doing this video, and it's this one right here, which goes along the lines of every Captain Mar-Vell photo I've seen of her. The same blank
She's still
stare.
got the suit and the stare.
She's still got the same blank stare and the suit right here.
It's a cool picture. It's the suit I'm used to seeing. It's the suit I expected to see, so like cool that it still exists, I guess, and isn't green, because I know that made some people skeevy.
Some people were pretty upset by that, or maybe that's just an old suit when she's a part of the Kree or something, when she's in the Star Force group. Star Fox.
The S stands for hope.
See, yeah, okay, as we go to the next photo, there's that green suit right there. Yeah. This is why comment boxes exist, so you guys can help educate us.
That looks like Homeboy from Guardians of the Galaxy.
That is definitely, Ronan the Accuser and Digimon Hansu. Whatever that character, Korath or something like that. Korath. Yeah. What I read last night was that she's part of the Kree Star Force. This is before Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously. So this is kind of fascinating to me.
90s.
She's a good person in this movie. So I'm wondering, is this going to transition into when Ronan becomes a bad guy or the Kree bad? I don't know any of that backstory.
Is there like an uneasy, like are they walking by like, I don't want to be working with you because I know that you're shady, but you know, that's not been revealed yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like, is it going to lead into what we see them in the introduction of in Guardians of the Galaxy? Yeah. That's something that I've been very curious about this entire time.
Who?
And then right here, we got the commander of Star Force, June Jude Law here.
Looking sexy and ageless as ever.
Who I hear is, Carol's mentor.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what we need if we're going to transition women to the cinema.
We gotta have a man train them.
They need a man to show them the way. And for all the women and men who don't pick up on sarcasm, this is not sarcasm.
This isn't that, so
this
don't
is
worry.
not that. Don't
You're off the
worry.
hook.
If you want to get mad at me for making that comment, totally cool, because I
justified.
100% mean it.
Totally justified.
Oh, there's quotes here. I haven't read any of the quotes that we got here on the side. Let's go back a photo. The film sidesteps the traditional origin story template, and when it begins, Carol already has her powers. Oh, kind of like Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, a little bit.
Except in Homecoming, we already got 2 origins of Spider-Man, so we didn't need another origin. No origin of Carol. But screw it, let's just hop right into who she is already. We don't got time.
Works for DC.
She's left her earthly life behind to join the elite military team Star Force on the Kree planet of Oh man, if I had just read this, I wouldn't have had to try to go off memory at all. What was going on? They said she was an ex-pilot, and then some accident occurs that causes her to get powers. They combine her DNA with like Kree DNA, so that's how she has some like alien-like super abilities. It seems like this Star Force thing, especially off this imagery, like she's the leader of it.
X-Force.
That's cool of her. That's really cool of her that she comes from a different planet and then she goes to this planet and now she's the leader of it.
Look at that. We already get to see what she'd be like leading a team.
Interesting.
You never know when that could come in handy in the future.
In the future. Say when Captain America leaves. Director Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck describes Star Force as the SEAL Team 6 of space.
Damn, that's even more impressive because space is a lot bigger than Earth.
To establish a space force.
Well, I have a feeling that other than Korath, these other SEAL Team members are going to die.
Yeah,
That's
except
just
for
the impression I'm getting.
except for maybe Gemma Chan because they named her here.
Maybe.
And Crazy Rich Asians blowing up. Maybe they went back, shot some extra footage.
Yeah.
They're like, we gotta get you in this movie.
All right, let's go back to this Jude Law photo. Mysterious, it says right there, mysterious mentor. Man, I don't even need to do any research. Entertainment Weekly has laid the groundwork for me. Jude Law plays the commander of Star Force. These extraordinary powers she has. He sees them as something of a blessing and something that she has to learn how to control. That's a motif throughout the piece. The element of learning to control one's emotions and to use your powers wisely.
Conceal, don't feel.
For a movie that's saying they're not going to, really dive into the origin of her powers and stuff, this quote right here seems a lot like you're going to.
Maybe it's the emotional journey of the powers versus how did she get them physically?
Okay, yeah, there might be that. That's a good point. That's a good point. You'd think Jude Law might have bulked up a little bit more, but he does look a little bit more buff than the usual skinniness that he possesses.
He'll die partway through. He's not getting buff for that.
Thank God. Men in green. These must be the Skrulls. Let's confirm that. Yes, it is. The Skrulls. The nastiest and most notorious. I hear they have like shape-shifting abilities.
Oh boy.
I like this image of them washed up here.
On Themyscira.
On the Santa Monica beach. Right here. Yeah. I don't know if that's Ben Mendelsohn in the lead right there who's leading the pack, but damn, does he look dry.
He looks, yeah. Well,
they all came out of the water looking dry.
They got a lot of panels and stuff on those jackets. Maybe it's like Back to the Future,
Yeah.
It's the 90s.
All right, double duty. As any Marvel comic fans knows, the Skrulls are especially dangerous because of their unparalleled ability to shapeshift. Yay! I got a fact right before I read it. On Earth, Mendelsohn's Talos goes... Oh, that is Ben Mendelsohn right here.
Working for the IOI.
Goes undercover as a human, working within S.H.I.E.L.D. Not easy being green.
Ha, Kermit.
I thought he was that like NBC news reporter.
I did. Exactly.
Who's
Brian
that guy?
Williams,
Yeah, I thought that was
whatever.
Brian Williams. Like, what's he doing in this movie? I didn't recognize Ben Mendelsohn at all here.
Yeah. I like their credibility for those cutaways to the news. Yeah, I didn't realize either.
This movie's being directed by 2 people, actually. I didn't know that till yesterday.
Which seems like it's lately been happening a little more, and I'm always curious as to how, because the DGA is pretty stern about those things.
Yes.
And they usually have to have like some great reason to budge or whatever.
Yeah, it's directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck. You gotta have at least one of them be a woman.
It would, be a good idea.
But you can't go full woman.
No.
Like I said, no sarcasm here.
Ever. We've never used it. We don't do satire.
We don't do that. I'm gonna piss off my girlfriend with all those jokes right here. Familiar, oh, here's a better look at Ronan. An outcast with extremist views, but here he's still a high-ranking member of the Kree Society. Yeah, you know, I feel like he can get his due. Something along the lines of what happened with Loki, in a way. I mean, you didn't go back and see Loki's whole origin or whatever in another movie, but a lot of people really liked him in the first Thor. I personally was kind of whatever about Loki, honestly. It wasn't until his second film, Avengers, when I'm like, Loki's awesome, you know? Even with Guardians of the Galaxy, Ronan was a villain that was set up to be a very memorable and impactful villain, but ultimately, in the end, he wasn't.
Bring it down hard. Someday, put it together.
What are you doing?
One of the more all-right ones. Like, Lee Pace, I thought, brought something to that character, but the character could have used more.
Yeah, I'm hoping that more than just, hey, cool, this guy from Guardians is back in here, that we really get a chance to explore Ronan a little bit more. That way we can have more of a stronger memory of who the guy is and a better understanding. And I would like it to have that effect where when you go back and watch Guardians, it's even more impactful because we've seen Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, everybody harps on Marvel's, quote, villain problem, and I think this is a cool opportunity, especially with them broadening out, jumping around in time, you know, seeing another character who we've already been acquainted with get maybe recontextualized could be a cool thing for them overall, and maybe that'll open the door for other characters to come back and get more flesh over time, you know?
Flesh, like a woman.
Like, yeah.
Women have flesh. Oh, look, we got this new image of Captain Marvel.
She loves Nine-Inch Nails.
Wearing it because it's the 90s.
Yeah, pretty hate machine.
She's dressed like a 90s girl, and she still has the same stare she's had since.
With that shield hat.
Part of Star Force and being Captain Marvel, she has the exact same.
I feel like they photoshopped her head on all
this. Does she have facial expressions in this movie?
No, they're going to use that de-aging tech to move their face all around for her.
Got it. Okay. This looks awesome. Yeah, I was reading stuff from quotes about her saying how Captain Marvel is a character like a temper and being aggressive, and she even talked about her sense of humor. One of the directors was saying how she has a sense of humor even though she like makes jokes that a lot of people don't find funny. There's these qualities about her that make her feel very human that everyone keeps talking about. Brie Larson and the directors, and yet every time I see a photo of her, it's the same blank stare.
Yes.
Every time. Yeah, no?
That's the one thing these photos haven't given me is personality. Yeah. I always feel like the scene's about to start in every one of these pictures. Hey, she's almost making a face.
Even before she became Captain Marvel, Carol was an accomplished Air Force pilot, and Larson spent time with actual pilots for research. An hour. She spent 1 hour
watching
chatting.
a video
yeah.
on a Skype call with a pilot
while she was on a road trip.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. I gotta check the speed limit.
That's cool. So altitudes change, breathing in the air
you
is
go,
harder.
You go up and forward. I get it.
Oh, that's cool.
You can't reverse? Weird.
Hey, you know, she's coming out of the plane.
Yeah, she looks like the Little Mermaid a little bit.
She just came flying, and she has the same stare. She's got that flying high right there.
That's how cool she is. Nothing phases her.
Nothing phases her. Damn, even this photo of Lashana Lynch has more emotion than any of the photos of Captain Marvel.
She looks like she's at least happy to be in that plane. Photon.
By the way, I want everyone to read into our comments so heavily about Captain Marvel and not having facial expressions.
We're serious.
We're serious. We know these photos are the best reflection of what the movie is going to be like. I don't need to wait for a trailer. I don't even need to see the actual movie. I have concluded that she is going to be completely emotionless the entire time. Like I said, no sarcasm. Mm-hmm. So she's playing Maria Rambeau.
John Rambo's great-great-granddaughter.
Yeah, it's one of those confusing things, like when Jeff Goldblum had a black daughter in Jurassic Park 2.
You're like, I can draw all kinds of logical conclusions, but you're not going to even bring it up?
Trying to explain to me?
You're going to show me anything?
I don't have a problem that she's black. Just tell me a little bit. He's clearly a white guy.
Interesting situation. I would like to know more about his family.
She's a top-notch Air Force pilot with the call sign Photon, and she's also a single mother to a young daughter. All right, look, guys, start rewriting your film. I want this movie.
Photon?
I want
Captain Photon?
No, just Maria. Just call it Maria.
Just Maria.
And it's about her being a single mother, being a pilot, having to deal with her Her baby daddy.
Oh, it's perfect. And then the Mar-Vell, the bumper comes up, the VEL will fade away, replaced by an I and an A.
And here it is, the Entertainment Weekly photo.
The cover.
Right.
We're here.
Right.
I always feel strangely when they do covers like this, where it's like a totally action-y pose, but again, that same kind of blank expression. She's got an eyebrow cocked. She's got a little bit of the Dwayne Johnson going on there.
Wow, that is a shiny CW looking outfit.
Is it? Yeah. But hey, Marvel's bright.
This looks great, and it looks, from the comic images I've seen, not from an actual comic, Google images.
From stand-ups who have told me about the comics, from Jay Washington.
This looks accurate.
It looks like Brie Larson in a super suit that looks like the super suit she's supposed to be wearing.
Yeah, this costume looks great. I don't know why her face is just like, literally, guys. They must have just superimposed her face on.
Yeah,
it's the same face on every single photo.
Yeah, she's not making many expressions in these pictures.
Was she just being directed in these moments, and she's just listening? Like, what's going on here? Or is it one of those Ryan Gosling roles?
I feel like that's how a lot of set photos can be, but it is really weird to see a bunch of them together, where like they're all, not even one, like give me one laugh shot just to show that hot head.
Yeah, where's the personality? I know I've seen some behind the scenes photos where she's like, hi. This is some good teases, I think, though. So, I mean, my expectation is a trailer is probably right around the corner at this moment.
Yeah.
I feel like what weirdly has gotten me most, as much as I've been excited for Captain Marvel, because I genuinely am really looking forward to this movie, despite all the sarcastic comments. I really am looking forward to this movie. I think there's plenty in here to look forward to. The thing that I haven't thought at all about until these photos is Ronan and Korath being in this movie. And strangely enough, that's gotten me the most intrigued from these photos. Everything else is what I'd expect to see.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was like, oh yeah, they're in this. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and it kind of it's almost more fun to see what happens when side characters and fringier elements cross over than just like, oh, it's Iron Man's back, things like that.
All right, guys. Well, did these photos do something for you? Did they not? Is Captain Marvel your new favorite superhero? Put it in the comments below. Guys, you can subscribe to the Reject Nation and click that notification bell. Check us out on Patreon, where we got full-length TV show reactions and weekly Q&As. Don't you love when people do videos about photos? It's always worth it.
It makes sense.